No AI was used in the creation of the following. Hi, I'm ESP of espdigiart.com. Interior design is a very close relative of some of the stuff that I do. I certainly make some things that people can use within interior design. So while I am going to disclose I'm an artist, not an interior designer, there are some things I've seen whenever I've turned on a home reno show, an interior design show, a YouTube channel that features any degree of interior design stuff that really disturbed me and I thought needed to be addressed. The first of which is trend chasing. And trend chasing is something that I see people doing and it really bothers me because it actually looks to me a little bit like an identity crisis playing out in their home decor. Interior designers have actually said they're encountering people who don't even know what their own tastes are, let alone how to use those tastes to decorate. Problem two is this lie that you're going to be better off for sticking with the consistent neutral tones. First of all, neutrals are butt ugly. But unfortunately, what I've found for myself as an artist looks a little like this. If I spill some paint on some fabric, I have two options. I can treat that as a stain and it's this stain that's sticking out and I can't unsee it. Or I can spill some paint around that paint on purpose all over that fabric. And you know what? It doesn't look like a stain. It looks like a piece of artwork. The same can apply in your home. Even though it's busier, it's not as streamlined, a more eclectic color palette can do you a wonderful favor in the fact that if you ever can't find the precise right color, you don't have to choose between having something that sticks out like a sore thumb and starting over completely. You have an eclectic color palette. Just introduce one more color. As long as it's kind of okay with everything, it doesn't stick out. And finally, a huge mistake I see people making all the time is choosing the artwork too late in the design process. So full disclosure, I'm more in the print on demand and downloadables kind of artwork, but I have been known to do a one-of-a-kind piece on occasion. Those are not things that I have made available to the general public as of yet, and that I don't know that I ever will. But I will bottom line this. If you are choosing the makings of a room and you are going to spend $5,000 on a sofa and then you are also going to spend $5,000 on a piece of artwork that is one of a kind, why are you picking the sofa first? Seriously, why? Not only are you picking the replaceable part before the irreplaceable part, but you are also doing yourself a huge disservice in one other way. Not only should a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork be getting a lot more consideration than something that is easily replaceable as long as you have the money. When you choose a piece of artwork first, from there you can actually pull a lot of things ranging from your color palette to a theme, a general type of vibe, any number of things, all just from that one picture. And instead of being the person who followed the trends, maybe you'll even be a person who sets them. And if you think this sounds impossible, imagine for a moment someone putting together a bedroom in their teenage years. Yes, I admit it, I was the teenage girl who did this, based around two things. One is the fact that as much as possible needed to be purple and occasionally something could be blue. Those were my colors. Those are still my colors now. And the other thing was Star Trek. Star Trek and more Star Trek. I wanted the I am right on the spaceship feel. And while unfortunately I don't have any pictures or videos to show of this because there were not a lot of pictures or videos being taken of that time and that process, I actually did achieve that. Yes, people, there is such a color scheme as Battleship Purple. The same principle applies when you are making decisions, and that's part of why, as I'm saying this, I'm specifically trying to encourage you to start with the art. I'm not saying this so you'll go buy my art and start with that. If you happen to see something you like, great. I'm all too happy to sell you a piece of artwork if you happen to be looking to buy one. But that being said, the key for me in creating a space I absolutely loved was starting with something else that I loved and pulling inspiration from things that I love, and pulling not only inspiration from things that I love, but things that I continue to love whether or not anyone else does. And that is very much what I recommend you do in order to create a space that you will love whether or not other people do. If you'd like to help keep an artist from starving, and or you just simply like what you hear, please subscribe, and I'll see you next video.